The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. On one occasion, some Pharisees came to Jesus and said, "Go away, leave this area because Herod wants to kill you." He replied, "Go and tell that fox, 'Behold, I cast out demons, and I perform healings today and tomorrow, and on the third day I accomplish my purpose. Yet I must continue on my way today, tomorrow, and the following day, for it is impossible that a prophet should die outside of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you, how many times I yearned to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings. But you were unwilling. Behold, your house will be abandoned. But I tell you, you will not see me until the time comes when you say, 'Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.'" My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord. There are two points that challenges us today, serve as our challenge today, as we have heard of the Gospel about Herod's desire to kill Jesus. The first one is the mission of Jesus, which always overwhelms him, which always gives him excitement no matter the hindrances. Secondly, Jesus was always aware that along the way, in his fulfillment of his mission, there are always people in the gospel of today whom Jesus called as fox, people who betray him, people who try to hinder his way. No matter how the Pharisees came to Jesus and warned him to leave the area because Herod wants to kill him, Jesus cried over Jerusalem. Jesus was willing to die for Jerusalem, and he even said, "You who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you, how many times a year to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, but you were unwilling." In other words, even if Jesus saw so many hardships, even if Jesus saw so many difficulties, because people would not accept him, people are even willing to reject him and would kill him, Jesus was really intent in fulfilling his mission to forgive God's people, to gather them together, to make them realize how much God loves him and loves them. It is true, my dear friends, that even today, we also sometimes are like Jesus. Each one of us are called to mission. Each one of us are sent by God to the world in order to let him be known. But the question is, are we willing to go against the current of this world? Are we willing to witness the goodness of the Lord? For example, even when we report to the office, our mission is to make ourselves faithful to all our functions and duties. But it is true that sometimes when we are so religious, when we are so pious, when we are so good, like for example, we are so punctual, like for example, we are so honest in fulfilling our work, isn't it true that some people would also tease us, "You are so religious"? Some people would not accept us because we are so honest. That's why there are even reports that sometimes an accountant, for example, is asked to sign even if the report is not true. Are we willing to stand for the truth? Are we willing to die for what is good? In order for us to make Jesus known, to witness Him, no matter the hindrances. Like Jesus, we are also called to be firm in our decision, no matter the hindrances, no matter how people would try to discourage us in witnessing the good and the truth. And secondly, it is also true that like Jesus, as He was so faithful in the mission for which He was sent, there were also people, a lot of people, who would try to hinder Him, like Herod, who planned to kill Him. But Jesus replied, "Go and tell that fox." Has anybody told you you're a fox? Why did Jesus call Herod a fox? Because foxes are so tricky. They are so wise. They are so witty. They are so smart. As you look at them, you might be deceived. As you look at them, you might become a loser in front of them. But Jesus, despite this hindrance, despite the betrayal, despite the plot to kill Him, was not afraid to face this fox. Have we also remembered some foxes that we have experienced? Has a friend whom you have trusted for so long, for some years, betrayed you after you have revealed to him or to her a secret of your life? Have you experienced also somebody in work, for example, whom you have trusted so much, a responsibility whom you gave him or her, and after some years, after trusting him or her, he or she did not fulfill your trust and the promise that he or she gave you? Or, on the other hand, maybe sometimes we have not experienced foxes in our lives. People who are so tricky, people who betray us, people who deceive us. But maybe sometimes we are also foxes for others. Have we betrayed the trust of others? Have we failed the trust of others? When somebody trusts us because they see we can help them, are we so loyal to them no matter what? If they fail, are we still with them? If they cannot fulfill what they are asked to do, are we there in order to uplift their spirit? Or have we become foxes also when we are only good in good times, but during rough times we leave others? And sometimes maybe we are even more than that, because the more they become successful, sometimes the more also we pull them down, because we are jealous, because we cannot take their own success, because we are left behind. If we are doing these things and we have this attitude, then we might not be different from Herod, who is described by Jesus as fox. We hope we are not foxes ourselves. We hope in front of Jesus we do not betray Him, we do not hinder Him, but we are with Him in the mission to let God be known. My dear friends, like Jesus in the gospel, we are always challenged today to stand for what is good, true, and right, no matter what. Let us not be afraid. Let us fulfill our mission. And let us avoid foxes in our lives. Be witty, be smart, and pray also that we might not become foxes. We might not become people who deceive the kingdom. We might become people who are liabilities before others. Let us try to witness Jesus in our midst, because as they say, evil will go on and proliferate if good people do nothing. Let us do something, even in our own way, no matter how little it is, and not be discouraged by hindrances in order for us to become an instrument of God's kingdom.